basketball. We are back. Happy New Year, everybody. It's it's been a long journey for these teams early, but now we get the kind of the meat. We had the potatoes, maybe we had a little salad, a little appetizer, maybe some jalapeno poppers, but now we got the steak. Now we got the the asparagus, with the steak and the asparagus and the potatoes, and we're this is for real, folks. We've got Region 9 basketball. We've got games on Tuesday and Thursday for the next 6 straight weeks. As 48 games will be played, we'll broadcast 24 of those games as we start making our way toward the state playoffs and a region champion. Right now, only 2 teams left that are still unbeaten in region play. That's Dixie and Pineview. These 2 teams, Cedar and Desert Hills, looking to get back to their winning ways. Now, Desert Hills, they've lost some preseason games. They've been kind of inconsistent this year. They're 3-7. Cedar comes in with a record of 7-3. So a fascinating matchup because Desert Hills early in the year was higher ranked. They were thought more highly of, and certainly they have to make some hay if they want to get themselves in a good position to maybe get a bye as we hit the postseason in mid-February. Well, I'm Andy Griffin. Welcome to the Thunderdome and our Holmes broadcast. Remember, Holmes builds the houses you call home. Visit holmeshomes.com. That's HOLMES homes.com to see their Utah community locations and floor plans. They've got single-family homes and townhomes available at Desert Color. That's holmeshomes.com, our title sponsor here, high school basketball on KDXU. Thanks for listening tonight. Excited for this matchup. These are 2 teams that have lost their way at times offensively, but the potential is there. You've got Dallin Grant, who by many accounts is the best player in the region. And then you've got some pretty talented guys, Mason Chase, Peyton Holmes, Keegan Munson, among others, on this Desert Hills team. So we're going to have some pretty good matchups. It's a free game. It's brought to you by St. George Topper. Don't go topless. See the experts and maybe get a Lear shell, keyless entry, plus dozens of other truck accessories at St. George Topper on the Boulevard in St. George. It is about 10 minutes or so from tip-off as the 2 teams go through their warm-ups. Again, Cedar 7-3 and Desert Hills right now 3-7. The other matchups tonight, if you want to catch Pineview Snow Canyon, that's on ESPN Radio. If you want to watch this game, we'll have my audio and the video streaming on sportsradio977.com. sportsradio977.com. And then 2 games not being broadcast but taking place tonight. Dixie at Crimson Cliffs and Canyon View at Hurricane. As we get going again in region play, these 2 teams warming up. By the way, the Cedar JV, for what it's worth, beat the Desert Hills JV. Cedar's a long team, and that's one of the things you notice in the warm-ups. They've got a lot of big guys. Grant is 6'7". Armstrong, he comes in at about 6'8". Desert Hills has Munson and really not much else size-wise. So it's going to be interesting, some of the matchups inside, to see who does what to whom as we get ready for this basketball game. Again, it's Desert Hills and Cedar City here from the Thunderdome on News Radio 94.9, 890 KDXU. Talk about some of the keys to the game in this one when we come back after a short break. We're also going to get our Sky Mountain starting lineup, our keys to the game brought to you by Camping World, and our Stilson's Central Vacuum Star Watch. We'll have those for you when we come back in 1 minute.
Radio Dixie 91.3, Young the Giant, something to believe in.
John, what song do you want to hear?
Next, Miss Calendris. You'll be on the SWAT team. The SWAT team. Did a fantastic situation.
I should talk to you. I was going to talk to you last time.
Welcome back. It's Region 9 basketball here on the air on News Radio 94.9, 890 KDXU. Andy Griffin with you. We'll welcome in Rustin Burnside, Big R. What's up, brother?
Oh, ready for some good Region 9 basketball.
Yeah, we've got 6 straight weeks, 2 games a week, or 2 nights a week, 24 games over the next 6 weeks. It's going to be a lot of fun, man.
Sounds like a good new year to me, huh? Make a resolution to watch more Region 9 basketball.
I'm going to watch as much as I humanly can. And, yeah, in fact, the only thing that'll keep me from watching more is I can't clone myself. So I can be at 3. I mean, tonight we got 4 games going tonight. We can only be at 2 of them, and I can only personally be at 1 game. But it's great to be here. Cedar and Desert Hills. As you look at these 2 teams, let's talk about some of the keys to the game. Cedar, very good defensive team. They've got a 7-3 record. They had 1 game this year, an anomaly game, which they scored like 80 points. All the rest of their games are pretty much in the 50s. This is not a team that lights it up from outside, but it is a team that'll squelch down on you defensively.
Yeah, you can tell that for sure. I mean, those wins against Cedar Valley, against Juan Diego, those were all games where they scored below 60 points. The Cedar Reds are a team that doesn't necessarily, they won't light you up from beyond the arc. I mean, if we look at, they've hit 33s on the year. They only have 1 player who actually averages more, who's actually reached the 10.3 mark. He's hit 11 threes on the year, and that's Gage Savage. So they're a team who likes to go inside. They like to pound it inside, attack the rim, and that's something at times that Desert Hills has struggled with throughout the year.
Let's talk about their scoring. Now, they've played 2 region games. They're 1-1. They only scored 32 points against Dixie. Even in their win, They only scored 40 in that 3-point win over Hurricane. So I don't quite know how to figure this Cedar team.
It's tough, but I think the reality of it is the Reds do a good job of making you play their pace of basketball. Like we said, they're not really a run and gun type of team. They're not a team that's going to try to be too flashy. They slow you down. They make you play Reds basketball at their pace, and that kind of illustrates even only allowing Dixie to get to 45. And I know 45 is no small number, but still, we know the Flyers can put up points. So even in that loss, the Reds show us that they're content to slow things down and make the other team play their game.
All right, let's talk about some of the keys on the other side for the Desert Hills Thunder. This is a team that has been up and down, and unfortunately for them, they've been down because they can't seem to win the close games. They've really struggled. What do they have, like 5 losses with under 3 points?
Yeah, no, you're right around that. I did some quick math, and the 7 losses they've had, they've led in the second half in 5 of those games. 5 of those 7 losses were very, very winnable as they led late, and that's just what Desert Hills is struggling with right now, closing out ball games. We've seen the Thunder move the ball effectively. We've seen them rely on their teammates effectively, but in crunch time, it seems it to be a lot of ball stoppage, a lot of isolation, and they go away from what they're great at.
I think the key is going to be outside shooting a little bit in this game. Which team can kind of shake loose? Cedar not known for their threes. In fact, I added them up on the season. Cedar only has
30
threes on the season. Desert Hills has more than double that, 65.
Yeah, and it shows in the stats. Like I said, Savage is the only Red who's hit more than 10 three-pointers this year, while you look at Peyton Holmes and Mason Chase and the three-pointers that they knock down on a night-to-night basis. Just like you're saying, AG, contrasting styles here.
We, that was kind of a central theme of our media day, was the three-point shot and how the modern game has changed a little bit. I mean, credit Steph Curry or blame Steph Curry, depending on if you like the modern game. But it's all about the three-point shot, and it, for the most part, it trickles down from the NBA down to college and then down into the high school ranks. But so I guess my question to you, Rustin, is can Cedar succeed not being a great three-point shooting team? Do they have a chance at winning a region, maybe state championship?
And that's a great question that you bring up. And if we look at their record now, 7-3 certainly seems impressive. They played some quality opponents. They're also 1-1 in region, like you've brought up. I think they can succeed without a three-point shot. I mean, when you have guys like Dallin Grant and Luke Armstrong and those types of players who can get to the rim, you can succeed. You just have to play a different style of ball than what all these other teams are playing, even in Region 9. Like you bring up, the three-point ball is so popular. But Cedar going away from that mold and finding success so far.
And I think it's worth saying they don't shoot the three well, but they defend the three really well. They get out on shooters. Dixie struggled. Even Dixie, great shooting Dixie, struggled from outside. So that's going to be a real key matchup today. That's our Keys to the Game, brought to you by Camping World of St. George. Your 2020 adventure starts at Camping World. Find a huge selection of all the top brands, plus sales, parts, service, and a full retail store. Visit 1500 Hilton Drive or go to campingworldstgeorge.com. StilsonStars.com. Let's real quick before we go to National Anthem, let's talk about our Stilson Star Watch. For me, it's about Mason Chase on one side and Dallin Grant on the other. What do you think?
Oh, that seems like the easy answer. Absolutely. They both have the ability to take over the ball game at any given moment, and they both do it in different styles. That's what's so cool. Grant, an attacker, a slasher, while Chase can hit from seemingly anywhere on the floor.
Our Star Watch brought to you by Stilson Central Vacuums. They've been providing central vacs to homeowners for years. Check out their innovative lineup. Go for a cleaner, healthier home built in. Visit Stilsons.com or call 229-9564. I believe we're just about ready for our national anthem. Are they going to have the color guard today? I'm not seeing the color guard. Are you?
I don't see him anywhere. Might be a recording.
Yeah.
Looks like they're over there on the sound panel.
You're right. We appreciate you guys again joining us tonight on News Radio 94.9, 890 KDXU. We will have our national anthem. We'll step aside for 90 seconds. Be back with the Sky Mountain starting lineup after this 90-second timeout.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel, someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
0.52 kilograms.
This graph is square.
Pretty close.
Artemisia is all the sagebrushes, but there's your needle and thread. Which one is this?
Come down. Carbonate, right? Sodium carbonate.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Good one,
Oh,
Rustin.
a great one. It just
Yeah.
took a little longer than most, but greatness does, right?
Absolutely, yes. Never rush an artist, right?
Absolutely.
By the way, Bernsey here sporting the Minnesota Vikings sweatshirt.
I have to.
Feeling pretty good after last weekend.
Oh, I absolutely am. I mean, I'm getting a little sweaty in the sweatshirt right now, but I got to keep it on
Yeah, I don't
so
blame you.
people know my allegiance.
I don't blame you. The Vikings played well in the first round of the playoffs, got the road win. You got to feel good about Taysom Hill and what he did, though. That was pretty fun to watch.
That was a fun performance.
Yeah.
And me, as a Utah resident, conflicted watching Taysom play so well, but also it being against my Vikings. It was kind of hard.
All right, let's talk about our starting lineups here as I pull out the flashlight. First of all, for the Cedar Reds, the visiting team, Gage Savage, you mentioned him. He's their best shooter. He's got 11 threes on the season, averages about 8 points a game, and wears number 3. Number 24, he's their star, Dallin Grant, preseason co-MVP. Grant averaging about 14 points a game. Not really an outside shooter. He's more of a slasher and a mid-range guy. Then there's number 25, Trayton Tebbs. Tebbs at 9 points a game. Landon Barney averages about 7 a game, and then their big guy in the middle. He's about 6'8", 6'9". His name is Luke Armstrong, wears number 44 and averages 9.1 a game. This is a tall lineup for Cedar.
It really is. And you mentioned Armstrong, guys like Dallin Grant. This is a team that's going to score the majority of their buckets in the paint.
For Desert Hills, the Sky Mountain starters, Peyton Holmes is their point guard. He wears number 2, averaging about 14 points a game. He has 13 threes on the year. Mason Chase is their jack of all trades. He is an athlete, and he can get it. You got to get up to throw down, Rustin, and he can get up.
Oh, he really can. It's fun to watch this kid play basketball. This entire Desert Hills team feeds off of his energy.
Chase averaging nearly 14 points a game. Number 14 is Reggie Newby. Newby averaging 9 a game. He's hit 16 threes. That's tops on the team. And then there's the point guard is Justin Judkins, and he is a son of John Judkins, a Dixie State head coach. He averages 6 points a game, and he's dropping about 6 or 7 dimes every single game. And then finally the big guy in the middle, Keegan Munson. Munson wears number 42. Really splashed on the scene last year as a sophomore. He is an athlete, averages about 7 a game, and he's even hit 6 threes this year.
Yeah, and I just want to go to Justin Judkins, too, as you touch on Munson and how impressive he is. Judkins is one of those guys who, when you look at the points, it may not be the most impressive at 6, but he gets about 3.3 assists per game and 2.2 steals. He does it all for him.
All right, we're just about ready to go. It will be Grant jumping against Munson. Munson got about an inch on him, it looks like, and very, very athletic. Here's the center tip, and one by Munson, and it goes into the backcourt. And Desert Hills will start with the basketballs. Peyton Holmes watches it across. Holmes gets a screen from Newby, can't really use it. Now keeps the dribble alive, goes to the left side to Judkins. Judkins in the corner to Newby. Newby drives baseline. He's cut off there. Good D by Grant. Now to the angle left. Into the lane, Chase. Chase, little turnaround, 17-footer is sweet.
And that's his shot. We're going to see him do that about 5 times a game. He finds ways to score, and he's going to have to against the length of the Cedar Reds.
2-0. Desert Hills just underway here. You're distorting just a little bit, Rustin, so I'm going to turn your mic down slightly. Cedar on the offense now. Interesting, I feel like Desert Hills is favored in this game, even though they're 3-7 and Cedar is 7-3. I just kind of feel like at home, Desert Hills is supposed to win this game. Little catch and shoot 3 from the left side. Baseline tray is up and good, and that's Trayton Tebbs.
Right after we talk about how the Reds aren't a 3-point shooting team, Trev steps up, knocks it down.
That is his 6th one of the year, is all, in 11 games. Inside, Holmes, scoop shot up, no good. Pretty good defense, probably traveled. They didn't call it. Cedar comes away with the rebound. Tebbs in the forecourt. Gets a screen from Armstrong, drives all the way in. Leap and leaner, no good. Partially blocked by Munson, I believe, and they're going to say Munson touched it last and out of bounds.
Right there, I like the attack from Trayton Tebbs. Of course, Munson, a monster in that paint, puts his shoulder down, tries to get to the rim. Expect to see him do more of that.
3-2 Cedar on top. It comes into Armstrong. He hands off to Tebbs. By the way, if your name is Trey, shouldn't you have a 3 in your number somewhere?
You think so?
Spin move in the lane, and it's blocked out of there by Munson. Great move by Armstrong, but Munson was having none of it.
And that's what you get with Keegan Munson, the ability to rise up and challenge anyone who comes his way. Like you said, that spin move was beautiful. Munson's defense, even prettier.
Get the ball inside. Grant's got it. Little 8-foot soft shot is up and good, and it's 5-2. Cedar on top.
Little disadvantage there with Justin Judkins. Grant knew he had him, went up strong.
Yeah, he's probably 4 inches taller. Reverse shot. Mason Chase can't get it to go. A little too hard off the glass. Now a lead pass to Tebbs. Tebbs in the forecourt, keeps his dribble alive. He's on the right side. Now gives it up high to Grant. Grant to Armstrong on the high post, right at the free throw line. To the elbow, hand off to Tebbs. Tebbs has blocked from behind, and the ref's going to say a reaching foul on, I believe, Judkins.
I think they're whistling Peyton Holmes right there.
Holmes, you're right.
Holmes from behind the back. And we saw Tebbs attack earlier. Munson with solid straight-up defense, didn't get it. Goes the same exact direction again. This time draws a foul, and he's shooting 2.
Tebbs free throw up and good. It was flat. If he's off at all, that thing bounces out of there, but it was straight, and he got it. Trayton Tebbs now with 4 points and make it 5. Both free throws swish, and it's 7-2. Cedar on top. Now some pressure. Little 2-2-1 press. Desert Hill, see if they're ready for it. Chase still in the backcourt. Now they get it across the timeline. Holmes hits it across to Newby. Newby is trapped on the sideline, throws it up for grabs, and it's saved by Holmes. Holmes kicking in the corner. 3 out of the corner is up. No good. Munson on the glass. Drop step. Put it up and in.
Solid move from Keegan Munson there. Landon Barney was down low. Armstrong was down low. Didn't matter. Went up strong and finished.
Now baseline by Grant. He's double teamed. Loses the ball. Judkins with another steal. Now a 3-on-2, and he bounces it. Holmes bounces it off his foot, but he does get it back. Now top of the key to Chase. Chase fakes a 3. Drives all the way in. Scoop shot off the glass. A nice shot.
A little hesitation there. Threw Landon Barney off on the defensive end. Like we're talking about, Chase finds ways to score. Barney, a great defender. Didn't matter there.
Back-to-back buckets by D. Hills. It's now 7-6. We're less than 3 minutes into this Region 9 game here in early January. A little stop and pop is an air ball. Ooh, that was ugly by Gage Savage.
That's a tough shot. He may lead this Reds team in three-pointers made this year, but driving into 2 defenders and pulling up.
Yeah, he leads right now this game in air balls. Screen by Munson is not used. He'll decide he's going to shoot a 3, and he rattles it home a la Yoli Childs here. The big fella shooting it deep.
That should be his 5th point of the game as Grant on the other end attacks for the Reds. Dumps to Armstrong, who finishes. Nice little movement there.
Big guys on either end score in different ways. 1 a 3, 1 in off the glass, and it's 9-9. We're all tied up with 4.5 to go. They get it inside. Munson's shot good and fouled from behind by Savage. Chance for a 3-point play now for Keegan Munson.
And if I'm not mistaken right here, this Thunder lead is all due to the effort and fight of Keegan Munson, right? He had that offensive rebound, goes back up, puts it in, hits the 3, the next possession down, and right here, pins his man, seals him, and the lob's perfect, and he has the opportunity for an and one.
Again, if you want to watch this game, we're on sportsradio977.com with our audio and the video from the CEC guys. Appreciate those guys. And the 3-point play is complete by Munson. He now has 8 points here in the first quarter. It's 12-9 Thunder. Zab Santana in the game now. He's got the ball here. Goes out high to Grant. Grant holding on at top of the key. Being hounded there by Judkins. Stop and pop. 10-footer. Boy, got it. Over Judkins for 2.
That's not an easy thing to do. Judkins a terrific defender. We've already seen him with a couple steals in this game as the Thunder go to work offensively.
12-11. D. Hills with the ball. Holmes on the angle left. Skips it across. Rather, that is Holmes on the baseline. Gets away and drives in for the easy 2. He beat Trayton Tebbs on the dribble. And I guess a late foul call? They call that a foul?
Yeah,
wow.
They did. They were going to say Tebbs got him on the arm, and we can see here on our CEC TV replay, it's close, but there definitely was contact. Maybe NBA-style contact, but enough for the foul.
So a chance now for the second 3-point play of the first quarter for Desert Hills. It'll be Holmes this time, and he buries the free throw. So far, nobody's missed a free throw. And it's 15-11, big lead for the Thunder. Back the other way. 3, oh boy, Trayton Tebbs is feeling it.
His second of the ball game. We talked about he only averages, 0.5 threes a game, and so far he's got 2 in the first.
Yeah, 5 threes in 10 games. He has 2 already in this first quarter. 15-14. Boy, we thought we were going to have a low-scoring game. I thought there's no way we're getting our Holbrook Asphalt big score, but already a lot of points on the board. Hard drive by Holmes. He's cut off. Now goes back out high. Looking for a little help. A couple of subs in the game, by the way, for Desert Hills. We'll get those in just a minute. As the drive is cut off on the baseline. A lot of hacking and jump ball called. As dribbling into trouble was Jace Mortensen. Double team came. He couldn't get rid of the ball, and they forced a held ball. It'll be Cedar ball.
Yeah, that was good recognition from Landon Barney and Gage Savage. Mortensen, he's a solid 3-point threat. He can bang down low, but not known for his ball handling. They collapse, force the turnover.
Little tip, nearly a steal in there, but the quick hands of Sampson. 3 up and no good. Rebound, Judkins. Man, he's everywhere. Judkins into the forecourt. Gives it off to Sampson. Back to Judkins. Around the horn it goes to Newby. Newby thought about the 3, drives in. Leans in, ball's off the side of the backboard, but he got it back. Now he's double teamed. Skips it across. 3-pointer is up. Too hard, no good. Push off, and they caught Reggie Newby with a little hand in the back.
Yeah, it's Landon Barney there who was fouled. Only averages 7 points per game, but this senior, he's kind of wily. He's a terrific defender, as we saw on that jump ball right there. Gets his body in position, and Newby has no choice but to either lay off or foul with the push-off.
Appreciate Sky Mountain Golf Course. Hit it in the sky, the beautiful Sky Mountain in Hurricane. Schedule tee time tomorrow, 635-7888. Tebbs drives all the way and drops it off. Nice pass, and Grant gets the bucket for 2, and Cedar's got the lead back.
And whenever the Reds score, Trayton Tebbs has been involved somehow, whether it's a 3, an assist, attacking the rim. He's been doing it all offensively for Cedar.
Newby being hounded by Santana. They go around the horn to Judkins. Now in the low block. Mortensen double team, backed out to Newby. Newby turnaround 10-footer is no good, and a rebounding foul inside on. I believe they're going to call it on Cedar.
It might be Tebbs' second,
Yeah.
too, if that's on him.
It is on Tebbs.
2 fouls for Trayton Tebbs, and that's a big blow for this Reds offense. He was definitely leading the charge for him.
So Desert Hills ball, they get it inside. Judkins had a three, didn't take it, drive in the lane. Looking for help, back outside. Three-pointer by Sampson is up and good. Braden Sampson with a three ball.
Big shot for Sampson. He missed his first attempt, has the confidence to go again, and drills that one to give Desert Hills an 18-16 lead.
Threes brought to you by Team D Auto as Santana tries to get one the other way. Can't get it, but an offensive rebound and a foul call on Desert Hills on the putback try. Nice hustle, kind of the hard work inside for Cedar. That is number 30, which is Landon Barney.
Yeah, we've seen Landon's fingerprints kind of all over this game for Cedar. Although he doesn't score the ball a lot, he has enough hustle to get that offensive rebound, draw the foul. We saw him draw a foul down here on the defensive end when he was pushed off for that offensive board.
Say he was shooting, he gets a free throw and he hits it. And I'll say it again, nobody's missed a free throw yet in this game, which is unusual.
You just jinx it?
Maybe. I don't believe it. I don't believe in jinxes though.
No commentator jinxes tonight.
I talk about no hitters when they're going on. And he hit
boom.
it. There you go. I got your jinx right here, buddy. It is 18-18. High scoring first quarter between these two teams. As Desert Hills breaks the press, they get it down court. They'll turn around off the glass. Oh, he was alone and missed it. Defender came closing in, but the miss by Marchant. Quinn Marchant couldn't get it to go. So Cedar on the offense. Minute and a half to go. Santana traveled. They got him. Tried to spin move, but you got to leave a pivot foot down if you're going to do that spin stuff.
Absolutely. Santana, that's his third attempt of the ball game. He's been trying. He's took two from beyond the arc and right there trying to get into the paint. And right now, Desert Hills just doing a really good job defensively against him.
How about Coach Turley going deep into his bench early? He's already used 9 guys. And Munson, he got hot for about 4 minutes. Coach took him out. He hadn't even been in the game for the last 3 or 4 minutes. Mason Chase drives in. He's cut off by Santana. Now hands the ball off outside to Mortensen. Around the horn they go. Looking inside, they can't get it to Marchant. Back out to Chase. Cedar defense squelching down with a minute to go in the quarter. Chase will try a long three. That's off, no good. Nice rebound taken down by Cedar High. Good board there by Barney.
Jaron Garrett now checked into the ball game. He controls the ball and gives it back to Savage. Fun to see him out here on the basketball court.
Yeah, the quarterback. Now to Armstrong on the baseline. To the cutter, Santana. Santana inside. Got great position on the backdoor cut and laid it in as Cedar takes the lead.
Love what Santana's doing. Misses his first as he fouls right there. He's going to foul Judkins on the arm going for a steal. But I appreciate what he's done. He misses his first 2 3-point attempts, and all of a sudden he starts to work a little inside as we get a replay of that foul here on our CEC TV coverage. That's going to be Santana's first.
30 seconds left in the quarter. Zab Santana, Z-A-B, native of Mexico, moved here last year. With 25 seconds now, Desert Hills can work for the last shot. They do trail by 2 to Cedar, 20-18. Around the horn they go. By the way, Munson now back in for this last minute. 14 seconds ago, time to think about going. Judkins hands it outside to Chase. Chase says, I need a screen, give me a screen. Got a screen from Munson. Santana dives and steals the ball away. To Garrett. Garrett driving hard, stops and misses the puppy. Tip up, not in time, and that's how the quarter will end. So we saw a steal and then a missed layup to end the quarter. We'll take the break. After 1, on our one-loss scoreboard, it's 20-18, Cedar on top.
Hey guys, how are you today?
Good.
I'm here to talk about how with technology you can make amazing worlds. Come with me. My team and I groomed the Halo world to life.
Is that you?
That is me. I wasn't a math genius and I knew nothing about coding. But you guys do. You guys have the power to change things.
I want your job.
I want you to have my job.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
time on our Info West halftime report.
You know, speaking of food, you know what sounds good right now? Some frozen yogurt.
Yeah? Oh, yeah.
Courtesy of Holbrook Asphalt.
3 out of the corner for D Hills, no good. Munson on the rebound, can't get the putback to go. Ball is tipped outside, and Cedar's got a 2-0 fast break. They lead it ahead. The layup is up and good. Nice hustle on the play by number 4, Ty Harrison.
Yeah, just a sophomore, averaging 1.6 minutes or 1.6 points per game, but he gets time and finishes strong over Munson.
Yeah, Munson almost blocked that when he tapped the backboard. Baseline drive by Munson, tries the drift pass, and it's stolen away, but going out of bounds is Garrett. Had the steal, but he could not stay in bounds, and Desert Hills will keep it.
And right now, I like this group that's on the floor for the Reds. They're a hustle group. They may not be the most impressive scorer in the basketball, but they give you that needed energy.
Ball comes in, they throw it to Munson. Munson kicks it in the corner. Reggie Newby, a 3 out of the corner is no good, and a rebound to Cedar. Ahead it goes to Santana. He drives hard, and he is blocked out of there by Munson, but gets it right back and puts it in.
That's great basketball IQ from Santana, recognizing his shot was blocked, and then before being able to land back on the ground, tips it back up and in before Munson can regather.
Hard drive by Chase. Chase tries to get it inside, and he threw it to 2 guys, well, 3 guys. One of them was a Cedar player, but a steal the other way. 3 out of the corner, in and out and back in. The 3 is good for Holmes, and a rebounding foul on Cedar.
Big play right there for Desert Hills, and it all starts with the hustle of number 11, Mason Chase. He turns it over, decides to fight back, ends up stealing it back, kicks to Holmes in the corner, who knocks it down.
And that is 2 on Santana. And the rebounding foul means Desert Hills keeps the ball with the 3, and they get those 3 points. So a chance for maybe a 6-point play.
Yeah, a big momentum swinger with the Thunder finding themselves down 3 right here. 6 minutes, 47 seconds remain in the second quarter.
Munson tries to get it inside. Ball tipped away from Judkins by Garrett and out of bounds. It will go back to Desert Hills. 24-21. Desert Hills only points in the quarter, a 3 by Holmes. Cedar's got a couple of buckets for their 24 points. They get it inside, but it's kicked by Garrett. Boy, Garrett's everywhere, isn't he?
He really is, and we're watching this Reds team on any inbound play. There's a lot of energy, a lot of hands flying around, feet flying around. They're not making anything easy for Desert Hills to get this ball in.
They do finally get it into Judkins. He goes outside to Holmes. Holmes around to Newby. Back to Holmes. And Judkins inside looking for Munson. Nice pass, got it into him, and he got it up off the glass. Great entry pass by Judkins.
Yeah, powerful move from Keegan Munson after receiving that pass. Savage stepped over, didn't matter. He went up strong and finished.
And Munson already has 10 points. Guy averages 6. I think they wanted more scoring out of him. They're getting it. Garrett will stop and pop a 3, and he got it.
I believe that was Gallon Grant.
Sorry, Grant, not Garrett. Yep. And that's 9 now for Grant.
Is that his first triple of the game?
First triple. He's got 9 points, though. And the lead is back to 27-23. Judkins thought about the 3, drives in the lane, jump stop, and banks it in from straight on. Judkins with his first basket.
The powerful move from Judkins, recognizing he has Garrett on him. Not necessarily a scorer, powerful there.
Grant drives in, offensive foul. The ball was nearly stolen. He saw it pass to the basket, took it hard, but Mason Chase takes the charge. And Mason's going to sit down. I think that one hurt a little bit.
Yeah, I actually think that was Peyton Holmes who took the charge there, AG, as we're getting the replay here. Either way, though, smart basketball recognition to step over, sacrifice your body. Those are the types of plays don't show up necessarily on the stat sheet, but win you ball games.
D Hills within 2, skip pass, Morty for 3, got it. Big 3 out of the corner by Jace Mortensen, and just like that, D Hills has the lead back 28-27.
His 7th triple on the year. They love hiding Mortensen out there because teams forget about him, and he has the capability to knock down that 3 ball.
That was a nice skip pass, too, that set that one up. Now Grant being guarded by Judkins, drives hard on him. Little drop step in the lane and throws it away. Threw it out of bounds. He thought he had a guy kind of a pick and pop and popping out there, maybe hit a 3, but nobody was there.
Absolutely, and both back-to-back possessions where Dallin Grant's been kind of flustered by this Thunder defense. They're starting to collapse guys on him anytime he gets past that arc.
Now they get it in the forecourt. Munson, nice backdoor pass. Newby with the lefty layup. It's a 3-point lead now for the Thunder.
Munson doing it all besides scoring.
And I believe that's a 6-0 run now for the Thunder. Grant, stop and pop, no good. That's a brick, rebound. Nice job by Holmes. Desert Hills wants to run. They get it ahead to Mortensen. Mortensen to Judkins, drives in, leaves it for Munson. Back out to Holmes for three, yeah!
And it all starts with the ball movement right there. Mortensen to Munson, or to Judkins to Munson, spinning it back out to Holmes for the wide open triple.
30-second timeout, we'll take it. Now the Thunder lead by 6.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
By the way, those looking to tune into a little news, I understand there were some rockets fired by the Iraqis at the airport. Excuse me, by the Iranians at the airport. No injuries reported so far, but we could be on the brink of another Middle East troubling situation. I hope not.
Kind of wait and see mode.
Armstrong hangs on outside. It's 33-27. Desert Hills now on top. Trapped on the baseline is Trayton Tebbs. Gives it up to Grant. Grant to Armstrong. Back to Tebbs for three. That's a, wow, flat as can be, and somehow went in. And it's a three-point game.
And once again, just looking at Tebbs' season stats, doesn't strike you as a three-point shooter, but tonight he's shown us otherwise in every way. His third triple.
Well, we can only look at the evidence. He has 5
Absolutely.
this year. He has 3 this first half. Wow. Desert Hills back on the O. They lead 33-30. Thunder on top. Peyton Holmes drives in. He's cut off on the baseline. Back out to Morty. Another 3 for Morty. Got it again! Team D auto 3 for Jace Mortensen.
And he's had multiple games where he's hit 2 triples. He did it against Salem Hills a couple weeks ago. He has that capability, and they love to find him when teams sag off him.
Lead is back to 6, 36-30 Thunder. Hard drive by Tebbs. He's cut off and double team. Needs some help. Gives it up to Armstrong. Back to Tebbs. Three-pointer is good, and a foul, and a chance for the rarity, the unicorn of basketball, a 4-point play.
You know, in a Cedar game, I wouldn't imagine 2 teams trading buckets, but that's exactly what's going on here. Tebbs with the concentration to knock it down, and I think they're getting Holmes on that foul for not giving him any landing room. It's a very, very tight space. But now Tebbs with the opportunity to make it a 2-point game. He's on fire.
I hate to say it, but I got to bring it up. The guy had 5 threes in 10 games.
Yeah.
He's got 4 now in this game, and we're not even at halftime. Missed the free throw, though, so he's not perfect.
Close to it so far tonight, though. He's been doing it all for the Reds. Normally you think of Dallin Grant, but it's been Trayton Tebbs tonight.
He's got 14 points, and it's a 3-point game. Holmes thought about the 3. Now he looks for a screen from Munson. Munson clears out. Holmes spin move, gets it back outside. Sampson drives in the lane. Scoop shot up, no good. He hits a deck, and it's 5-on-4 as Cedar pushes it hard. They get the ball inside. Layup, reverse, good. Nice play by Barney.
Yeah, recognizing he had Munson on his backside, so he goes to the other end of the hoop to reverse lay it up and in.
And we've got a 1-point game inside Munson, and they're going to say Munson pushed off, and that'll be a turnover on an offensive push-off.
Both of these teams have such a high energy right now as we get a replay of this push-off right here. Yeah, it looks like Munson does extend the arm a little bit. It's close.
I don't like that call.
It's tough.
They're fighting. They're both pushing on each other, fighting for position, and the ref calls that. I don't like it at all. Hard drive shot, no good. Munson bothered the shot and then got the rebound. Desert Hills pushes. Newby's got it. He stops out in three-point land, but he will not shoot it. Now he will shoot it, and it's good. Oh, don't leave that guy alone.
He heard you.
Yeah. Reggie Newby with his first 3 of the night. He does lead the team in threes with 17 now. And it's back to a 4-point Thunder lead. Ball stolen. Mortensen's got it. No numbers. Well, now he's got 4-on-2. He leaves it for Sampson. Sampson, a little 10-foot stop and pop. No good. He had help, and he didn't use it.
Reds get away with one there. They didn't hustle back on the defensive end. Sampson misses the bunny.
Santana tries a 3 at the other end. Oh, my goodness, they're all falling tonight.
That's his first 3 of the game, if I'm not mistaken. He shot 3 tonight, knocks down his first.
And it's 39-38, Thunder by 1. Judkins to Sampson, looking for Newby inside, can't get it to him. Back out to Munson and to Judkins. Judkins into Munson. Munson is hammered. They're going to call a blocking foul. He might have run over the one guy, but I think the other guy fouled him, and either way, it's going to be a foul, and I believe that is at 6 or 7 on Cedar. Let's wait for the scoreboard to update. I don't think he was shooting, but it will be 1-and-1 free throw for Keegan Munson.
Yeah, big opportunity right here for Desert Hills to kind of slow this game down a little bit. Both teams playing with a very high intensity, and right now it's causing some mistakes. It's also causing some really good looks, so Desert Hills with the chance to slow it up a bit.
Personal foul was called on Gage Savage, his second. And Munson hits the free throw. Desert Hills has only shot 3, but they made them all. And double figures already for Munson. He's got 11. One more coming for the big fella. And that one bounces in. Used all the rim, got his money's worth, but it counts the same.
They'll take the points.
It's 41-38. Cedar breaks the press. They get back outside, launching another 3. In and out this time, and maybe finally they'll cool down a little bit. Rebound to Munson. Judkins pushes. One-handed shot up, no good. Tip up, no good. Rebound to Santana. Now Cedar wants to run. 1:10 left in the quarter. Stop and pop 3 at the other end is no good. Got away with an over the back, did Grant. And now they're going to a little makeup call on a bumping foul at midcourt.
Yeah, down on the other end, Mortensen had his guy absolutely blocked out. They were able to tip that ball. And
yeah, he reached over the top and whacked him in the head and the shoulder and hit the ball. And they didn't call anything, but I think a little makeup call here at midcourt.
Absolutely. And now because of that, Judkins with the opportunity to knock down a couple free throws, if he can get the front end.
Coach's son, they're supposed to be good at free throws, right?
Absolutely. Fundamentals.
But he missed it. In our face. That's the first miss of the game for Desert Hills. Rebound to Cedar. Still a 3-point game under a minute to go in the half. Region 9 basketball here on KDXU. Santana goes all the way in and gets an easy 2. Boy, the defense broke down on that one.
And Santana, a big spark off this bench. He normally only averages 4.2 a game.
He's got 9 already.
He's up to 9.
41-40, Thunder by 1. High scoring first half. Mason Chase has been pretty quiet. This time he drives the baseline, skip pass, and as he's passing it, he's fouled, and it'll be 1-and-1 free throws for number 11.
On top of that, to add insult to injury, I think that's Santana's 3rd, and he's been a spark off this bench. It's official now as it comes up on the board, his 3rd foul.
Yeah, it's weird. They've only committed 8 fouls, but 3 of those guys, one has 3, the other two have 2, account for 7 of the 8. So Mason Chase to the free throw line. Chase has been pretty quiet. He averages about 14 a game. And that free throw is good, so he's got 5 now.
You know, and that's what's great. You talk about Chase being a little quiet. When you have guys like Peyton Holmes and Reggie Newby and Keegan Munson, you don't need everyone to be on their game as he knocks down the second. He'll come around here in this next half.
Back to a 3-point lead for the Thunder, 43-40, under 30 seconds to go. Long lead pass, and it goes through the hands and out of bounds of Landon Barney.
Just not a great decision there from Jaron Garrett. It was he threw that thing from beyond half court trying to get it into the corner, and you had 25 seconds just to wind it down, take the last shot. Now Desert Hills with that chance.
Clock is at 15. Very exciting and high-scoring first half here from the Thunderdome. Now down to 10 seconds. Judkins holds on, gives to Mortensen. Around the horn they go. To Newby. Newby looking for a cutter, nothing there. Now to Chase. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, stop and pop 3, in and out, no good. A little bit short, actually, off the front rim, and that's how the half will end. A lot of points here, 43 for Desert Hills, 40 for Cedar in the first half. Cedar, as a reminder, scored 32 in the entire game against Dixie. So, wow, high-scoring first half. Rustin, your thoughts on half number 1?
Well, when it comes to the Cedar Reds, I really enjoyed that they kind of let the offense loose. That's what we've been talking about all game, right, AG? Is just that Cedar's kind of conservative on the offensive end. Tonight, they've came out with the same intensity offensively that they normally do on the defensive side of things, and it shows up in the score. And for Desert Hills, they've been calm, they've been composed, and, I mean, they've played with a lot of passion. And Keegan Munson has been a difference maker on both sides. Defensively, he's altering shots. Offensively, he's bringing the juice and providing the energy that's needed.
It's almost like Coach Espin of Cedar said, just let it fly.
Yeah.
I don't care. Let's go. Let's play all-star basketball. Start flinging the threes. And they've been going down. To Cedar's credit, I think probably they don't shoot so many if they're not flying or if they're not falling. But you look at some of the guys that have hit a 3 by Grant, 4 threes by Tebbs, a 3 by Zab Santana. These are guys that don't normally hit a lot of threes, but they're hitting them. And that's what's keeping them in the game. Right now it's a 3-point lead. We've reached halftime here from the Thunderdome. It's Desert Hills 43-40 on our one-loss scoreboard. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and be back after this.
Radio Dixie 91.3.
No, I don't actually. No, I'm not busy right now. Yeah, I can talk.
We may not always play good, but when we want to look good, we come to the Dixie State Campus Store.
Located on the second floor of the Gardner Center. We'll see you there.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse,
Yes.
you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
The forest is a whole hidden world of wonders. What better place to let your imagination soar? Experience nature and create a memory you can share. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
Got the Desert Hills Tempest line entertaining the fans here at halftime. And I'll tell you what, I was expecting, Rustin, maybe a 20-17 halftime score. Lo and behold, a game we thought was going to be a defensive scrum has turned into a shootout. 43-40 at the half, Desert Hills on top.
Yeah, we've talked about the Cedar Reds and how they score the basketball. It's at a very slow pace. Only put up 32 against Dixie. They normally average around that 53 mark, and already they're sitting at the 40-point mark. The only bad thing is their normally stout defense has given up 43 to the home team Thunder.
And it really is out of character for these two teams. Desert Hills averages 58.6 a game. They got 43 at halftime.
Yeah.
Even if they only scored 4 or 5 more baskets the whole rest of the game, they'd still be at their average. Of course, they only score 4 or 5 more, they're probably going to lose this game. And then, as you mentioned, Cedar averaging 52 a game. They've got 40 at the break. It's crazy. It just kind of boggles the mind because this was not supposed to happen.
Right, and right now it's not like either one of these teams are hitting ridiculous or out of character shots. They're getting good looks. They're just pulling up with confidence, whether it be Trayton Tebbs on the Cedar side of things, whether it be Mason Chase or Holmes or even Keegan Munson working the boards. These teams are both playing with a lot of confidence right now, which for the Cedar Reds, their record shows that they should play with some confidence. And for Desert Hills, it's good to see that they believe in themselves more than what their record currently shows. They know they can win ball games, and right now they're hoping they can win a close ball game like this one.
Halftime is brought to you by InfoWest, the internet people. Get high-speed internet, web design, tech support, and much more. Check out 2 cool features they have. One's called Clean Internet. The other one is called Speed Burst. Just go to InfoWest.com and find out more. And I'm happy to say I have InfoWest in my home, and it is fantastic. I mean, I'm playing Xbox. The daughter's in there watching Netflix. The wife's in there watching YouTube TV. It's all going off without a hitch because of InfoWest. Good stuff.
Wow, so you're a bit of a gamer, huh?
I like sports video games.
There you go.
Yes.
Playing some 2K?
2K and Madden and, a little bit of – Xbox doesn't make a good baseball game right now, but we're working on that.
Fast internet connection's so key for games like that, too. That's big.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go over some of the stats. Stats brought to you by Wilkinson's, a unique place to shop. You know, at Wilkinson's, they're the experts in lights, fans, and fixtures. Plus, they also have unique items like games and much more. They're across from Fiesta Fun in St. George. It's Wilkinson's. Let's start with the visiting Cedar team, and if you want to comment on a couple of these guys as we go, Rustin, love to hear from it. First of all, Trayton Tibbs, 4 3-pointers and 2 out of 3 from the line, and I think he only missed 1 3-pointer, so 4 out of 5 from deep.
Yeah, and we can't stress this enough. You said he had 5 triples coming in this game. 0.5 is his average on the year, and for him to go off like this is amazing for the Cedar Reds.
Zab Santana has 9 points. He's got 3 2-pointers and then that 1 3-pointer of his own for his 9, and also 9 for Dallin Grant with 3 2s and 1 3.
And if you were coming into this game for the Cedar Reds and you saw Dallin Grant with what isn't a bad stat line but not what we're necessarily accustomed to with him, you'd assume you were down big. But guys like Zab Santana have played pivotal roles in providing that energy the Cedar bench needs to stay in this ball game, even with Grant necessarily struggling a little bit. He's had a couple bad turnovers. Desert Hills has put the pressure on him, and the Reds are still in it.
Other Wilkinson stats, scoring for Cedar, let's see, 4 points for Landon Barney, 2 and 2 free throws. It is 2 points for Luke Armstrong, the big guy in the middle, and Ty Harrison, the sophomore, comes in. He's got a bucket for 2. That's all the scoring for Cedar. On the other side of the ledger, Desert Hills is led in scoring by Keegan Munson, the big fella, with a 3. He's got 3 2s. He's made all 3 of his free throws. That's a good half for your big guy, huh?
That's a fantastic half, and you know, looking at his offensive stat line, it's impressive. He's worked those boards. He's finished things up and made big shots. But on the defensive end, it's fun to watch this guy fly. He alters shots like few bigs in Region 9 can do. You got guys trying to switch hands, trying to go the other direction when they see number 42 in the paint.
Jason Mortensen has 6 points with his 2 threes. 9 points for Peyton Holmes, 2 threes plus a 2 and a 1. That was a 3-point play. 6 points for Mason Chase. I expect we'll hear a lot more from him in the second half. Braden Sampson has a 3 for 3 points and 2 points for Justin Judkins in the game. He had a chance at a 3-point play but couldn't make the free throw stick. But how about this? Desert Hills 18 in the first quarter, 25 points in the second quarter in 8 minutes of play.
Wow, and it makes you wonder what the third quarter is going to be like. You know, is the offense still going to continue to click like this, or both of these teams going to allow it? You'd imagine with a team like the Reds, the halftime discussion right now is all about defense, which makes me that much more excited to see this third quarter, because I think we might see a slightly different approach than what we did those first 2 quarters.
Each team has missed 1 free throw. Desert Hills 6 out of 7, and Cedar is 4 out of 5 from the line. Cedar with 6 3-pointers. This is a team that had, 30 on the year, so 3 a game. They've already made 6. And then Desert Hills with 7 3-pointers in the first half. Let's take a 30-second break. We'll be back with the second half after this.
There is a place where the desert comes alive, where rain breaks forth from solid stone and gardens spring from blistered rock. There is a place with enough color to make a rainbow jealous, where boulders are bigger than buildings and cliffs are higher than clouds. There is a place that will straighten your step, tighten your grip, widen your eyes, and open your jaw. There is a place.
All right, welcome back. We're ready to go for half number 2, a shootout. By the way, only one score that I've come across on Twitter. It's 20-11. Snow Canyon is surprising Pineview in the second quarter. Here we go. Desert Hills and Cedar. Grant backing his man down. Spins on Chase, but the shot won't go as it bounces out of there. Munson on the rebound. Here comes Desert Hills up by 3. Drive all the way in. Judkins loses it. No, that was Holmes that lost it. Ball goes to the ground and jump ball called. And down on the floor, Barney's saying, how can it be a jump when I have the ball and he doesn't?
Yeah, it looked a little interesting right there, but that's Landon Barney again doing what he does best, hustling. As we see the replay here, Barney in full possession, but we'll go with the call regardless. He's just that hustle guy. He'll do anything you ask him to do.
Again, if you want to watch this game, it's on sportsradio977.com, or, of course, listen right here on KDXU. Chase drives all the way in, drifts it across the newbie for three. Too hard. It's an air ball. Rebound to Cedar on the run. Cedar with the layup. Beautiful play by Gage Savage.
Yeah, Savage, he hasn't scored much. He missed his first 2 jumpers he's taken. Is that his first points of the game?
First points of the game right there.
And this is a kid who averages right around 8, so to get him going would be big for the Cedar Reds.
Newbie goes to Holmes. Holmes drives in, leaves it for Munson. Munson leaves the jumper short. Rebound to Armstrong. 7:10 left, third quarter. Lead pass, little too far. Nice save by Grant. Backdoor pass to Grant. Grant is fouled. A little reaching foul before the shot on Newbie.
That was a fantastic pass right there from Landon Barney too. Just the recognition that Grant was cutting. You know, it's one of those plays where you think it's dead, and Barney makes the right read.
So Cedar will get it in. Armstrong leaves it for Tebbs. Tebbs behind the back dribble, being guarded by Judkins. Around the horn, they go to Grant. Grant in three-point territory on the left side. Back to Tebbs. Tebbs, they switch on him, chases on him. Ball goes to the ground, and it's stolen away. And a pushing foul on Tebbs, and that's a big one. That's his third.
Yeah, that's really big. And we saw right here to start the third quarter that Judkins was not leaving Tebbs' hip. Of course, he was hot that first half, wouldn't give him any room, causes a turnover, and then Tebbs ends up with his third. Big, big play.
Judkins is not good, but I would put him as the best defender on this team.
Oh, yeah.
He's just one of those guys. 3 out of the corner by Holmes, in and out, no good. Rebound, who's that guy? It's Judkins, and he puts it back in for 2.
Hustle type of guy. We hyped up Landon Barney. You got to do the exact same with Judkins. First forcing the turnover and then getting the offensive rebound and put back.
A lot of basketball to go, but that's an early nominee for our AWP Playmaker Play of the Game. And going the other way, who got that? Did you
That
see?
was Trayton Tebbs.
Tebbs scored
attacking the basket.
And it's back to a 1-point game. Tebbs was 16, 3 by Chase, and he got it. Team Diano 3 for Mason Chase.
A deep 3 from Mason Chase. Barney was backing off a little bit. Barney was straddling the 3-point line, and Chase still pulled up and had the confidence to knock that baby down.
5:50 to go on our Bloomington Country Club clock, and a reaching foul on the drive as Grant tried to get to the hole. No shot on the play. They'll just be out of bounds to Cedar. Personal foul is on Reggie Newby.
That's a tough foul right there. Not only is it his third, it's one you can avoid by simply having your arms up. He had them both around the chest area, and they call him when the contact's made.
Thunder up by 4, another catch and shoot 3. Boy, this guy is unconscious. Trayton Tebbs makes it a 1-point game.
He picks up his third foul, and it doesn't make him play any differently. He's not any less aggressive.
Folks, do the math on this. He had 5 threes in 10 games. He has 5 threes in just over half a game here. Holmes with a drive. Nice finger roll in English off the glass for Peyton Holmes. It's back to a 3-point lead.
Yeah, Holmes recognizes that Savage isn't necessarily being aggressive right there and takes it right at him. Solid little finish with the right hand.
Getting trapped on the sideline with Savage. He gives it up to Armstrong. Armstrong to Grant. Grant looking inside, nothing there. Defender fell down, and they're going to call Judkins for a little ticky-tack foul.
Yeah,
Tebbs and Judkins are both laughing like, well, that wasn't really a foul. I just fell down, but.
Yeah, refs are a little whistle happy right now. Anytime anyone's touched the floor tonight, it's been a call. Normally they'll let them play a little bit more, but we have a fantastic ball game.
That's 2 on Judkins. They get the ball into Tebbs. I wouldn't let him shoot. They don't. They get it to Garrett. Garrett into Armstrong in the low block with Munson on his back. Good pump fake. Left-handed shot. No good. Rushed it. He actually had Munson on the way down. Could have taken his time, but instead he rushed it and missed the shot.
Yeah, it's that effect of Keegan Munson we talked about earlier.
Drive by Holmes. He is bumped from behind. And I believe they're going to say shooting foul. Peyton Holmes should go to the line. Personal foul is called on, I believe they got Barney.
You know, and as we take a break for these free throws right here, I think it's just important to talk about Keegan Munson, that Luke Armstrong, the big junior for Cedar, this is a guy who puts up nearly 10 points a game. Tonight, he's only has 2 so far? Keegan Munson really bothering him as Peyton Holmes knocks down the first free throw.
So Holmes in the game now with 12 points. Who was the foul on? Did you catch who the foul was on?
I did not actually. There was a plethora of reds.
If that's on Savage, that's 4.
Yeah, and he's not in the ball game anymore. That'd be a safe bet right there.
So starting point guard for Cedar has his 4th foul, and the lead is as big as it's been right now at 5 points. Little roll to the basket, and Grant can't get it to go. Munson bothered it. There's the effect of the big guy. Now to Holmes. Holmes is bumped. No harm, no foul. Back out to Chase. Chase spin move in the lane. Fakes a shot, back out to Holmes. And they'll reset. Judkins on the angle left. Now to Mortensen. Looks inside for Munson. Doesn't give it to him. Munson sets a back screen for him. Can't get open. Back to Chase. Chase another 3. That one's no good. Rebound. Mortensen rips it away from Garrett. Out to Holmes for 3. No good. This time Garrett secures the glass.
Nice hustle there from Mortensen because Garrett had that rebound. Morty just ripped it away. Unfortunately, the 3 missed, and now Cedar going to work.
Grant, he'll try a 3. Oh, that's good. And we're back to a 2-point game on the Dallin Grant 3-pointer. His 2nd of the game. He's got 12 points. And if you look at things, he has 6 on the year. He's now got 2 in this game. So we got a 30-second timeout. Let's take it. We've got to get our commercials in. We'll be back in 30.
Honorary Forest Ranger Betty White here, lending a hand to my dear friend Smokey Bear, because for 75 years, he's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
But there's a lot more to say. Like if you park your car on tall, dry grass, the hot exhaust pipe can start a wildfire. So keep the animals safe, especially the cute shirtless one. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Get that. First State's hardware update again. Last we heard it was Snow Canyon up on Pineview 20-11, and I saw you had a Dixie Crimson score.
Yeah, right now the Flyers currently lead the Mustangs 24-17 in the second. And Hurricane and Canview 26-14 right now in favor of the Tigers. Second quarter action going on there.
It's a pretty good Hurricane team. They already got the win over Desert Hills earlier this season, but they lost by 3 to this Cedar team. Peyton Holmes drives baseline. He's cut off. Gets it in the corner. Sampson kicks it to Munson. Another 3 for the big guy. Got it. We going to count the basket or no?
I think they signaled that basket was going to count.
Wait for the official to count it. He said no basket.
No.
And that actually cost a foul on Cedar cost Desert Hills points.
That works out. No free throws. Reset the possession. Desert Hills with the inbound.
And they throw it away. Santana with the steal. One-on-one with Chase. Leaves it back for Grant. Grant, a one-handed hook is good, and we're tied.
Dallin Grant starting to come alive. That start of the third, so late in the second, they were bothering him by having guys collapse. Right now he's finding a little bit of wiggle room. He scored the last 2 possessions for the Reds.
His average is 14. He's got 14 as Chase slashes to the basket and gives Desert Hills a lead back.
Good recognition. He's got Santana on him. Santana with the 3 fouls. He's got to be a little bit cautious right now. Takes it right at him.
High post to Armstrong. Armstrong over to Santana. He'll launch a 3. That one is no good. Rebound Armstrong is easy. Good pump fake and a chance for a 3-point play as Armstrong faked Munson out of the building.
And that's a fantastic pump fake right there from Luke Armstrong. Munson has been bothering everyone's shot tonight, as we get to see here on our CEC TV replay. Gets Munson in the air, puts a shoulder into him, and finishes strong. That's one way to attack a rim protector. Get him in the air first and then go at him.
One thing I learned over the years I've been playing basketball for 35 years, 40 years, and one thing I learned was shot blockers want to jump. They want to get off the ground. So if you give them a really good pump fake, they're going to go flying.
Every time. 9 out of 10. We'll say 9 out of 10.
Yep. Free throw no good, though. And ahead, then Mason Chase gets the basket, and Desert Hills gets the lead back. As we've got a quick timeout on the floor. Timeout brought to you by Intercap Lending. Full timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute. It's a 2-point Thunder lead.
I got you right where I want you. If I make this one, it's over. I win. No pressure. Green. We may not always play good, but when we want to look good, we come to the Dixie State Campus Store.
Located on the second floor of the Gardner Center. We'll see you there.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me.
And we also appreciate Utah Catholic.
I'll say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me, sun. It's gonna shine on me, sun's gonna shine on me.
Desert Hills up by 2, and we've already reached a free yogurt plateau. We'll talk about that in just a second. Cedar on the run. Dribbling between everybody is Trayton Tebbs, and now he'll back things out and they'll reset. 2:20 left, third quarter, and it's 56-54. Cedar on top of D Hills. Excuse me, D Hills on top of Cedar. Tebbs drives in, shot up, and why not? Everything's going for her. That one rolls in for Trayton Tebbs.
Yeah, he came out that third quarter, hit a big three as Mortensen tries a three on the other end. That's off the back iron and controlled by Barney.
21 in the game for Tebbs. Lead pass to Grant, and he lays it in, and Cedar's got the lead.
Cedar really starting to attack in that paint. Tebbs had that three the start of the third, but every point since then has really come inside for Cedar.
Chase traveled, got away with it, drives in the lane. He's hacked by 3 different guys. Which one do you want to call a foul? I think it's on Grant. No, it's not on Grant.
Barney.
Barney gets the personal. That's his first. Grant only had one anyway, so not a big deal. They bring the ball into Holmes. Holmes drives baseline. He's cut off. Back out to Munson. He'll try that three where he hit it before, and he got it again. Big three for Keegan Munson, his 8th of the year, and Thunder are back on top.
A couple possessions ago, Munson had a beautiful pass inside to Chase to get him free, and then all of a sudden he steps back and hits a three. He's been everything the Thunder have needed him to be tonight.
59-58. Santana thought about the three. Now he drives in the lane, puts a shoulder into Munson, and lays it in with a little power move by Santana.
Yeah, he's got that right arm flex, slapping it on the way back. He knows that was a big move, and he has been a spark off the bench tonight.
He's got 11 now, and it's 60-59 Cedar. Holmes, Euro step, lays it up and in.
Beautiful move. He had Jaron Garrett going one way while he went the other. Peyton Holmes attacking.
Now he's got 15. Tebbs thought about the three. Instead they go baseline to Barney. Around the horn to Tebbs. He won't shoot there. And they'll back things out. Looking at a 2-3 zone. Santana shoots over it. That one's short, but he got the roll off the backboard.
Yeah, he celebrates and claps on the way back. Big shot for him. His second triple of the night. Now he's up to 14 points off that Cedar bench.
63-61 Cedar. We've got a shootout here at the Thunderdome with 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Munson has it at the top of the key. Over to Holmes, back to Munson. Actually, Munson with the screen now. Holmes drives in, back to Munson. He'll launch a three. That one is short. It's an air ball. Munson saves it somehow, but he saved it to Cedar. Fast break now to Grant. Grant one-on-one. He has the ball tipped, goes to the floor, and that's how this quarter will end. We've got a big-time shootout at the Thunderdome Corral, 63-61 after 3 quarters. We'll be back after this. Cedar's on top.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Si los amas como para reaprender ecuaciones, para poder enseñárselas, entonces los amas como para visitar en htsa.gov/protegidos y comprobar que van correctamente abrochados en el asiento trasero del auto.
Are we there yet?
Yep. We're here.
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Quick Hearst State's Hardware score update at the half. So Canyon surprising Pineview 27-18 is the count over there from the jungle. And 29-21 Dixie leading Crimson Cliffs. Here it is at the end of 3, 63-61. Desert Hills trailing Cedar.
Once again, I feel this is a good stat to bring up. Out of Desert Hills' 7 losses, 5 of them, they led in the second half. Another close game. The Thunder are going to have to overcome some of those bugaboos to win tonight.
Right now, Cedar with the ball. They lead by a bucket. Santana gets a screen from Barney. Can't get a shot when he threw it in the back court. Grant will touch it, and that'll be your over and back, as people like to call it, or backcourt violation.
That's what you want to see to start the fourth quarter, right? Quick hands, aggressive feet, moving in, forcing a bad pass.
Hasn't been a ton of defense tonight, but there was defense on that one for sure. So Desert Hills with the basketball. Sampson's got it on the left side. Looking for cutters. Gets it out to Chase. Chase drives in the lane, elevates, lays it up over Dallin Grant for 2, and we're tied.
And these Desert Hills guards, Holmes, Chase, they're so good at getting the defender to commit one way while they go the other. That's exactly what Chase did there.
13 points now for Chase. Desert Hills has, I believe, has 4 players in double figures now. At least 3. Grant's got it one-on-one. Newbie drives in, can't get the shot to go, and they're going to call a travel as he made the spin move. I thought maybe they call a little body foul, but they called a walk.
You know, and as we get the replay here, you can kind of see him move that left foot, I believe, on his way to the hoop. But really, the Desert Hills crowd has been calling for that all night. Grant's been going one way, faking another way, and they felt it's a travel, and the refs finally give in, call it right there.
In Downs' defense, they've kind of been letting those go today. Chase has gotten away with a couple. Judkins, he'll launch a long 3. That's in and out, no good. And a rebound to Grant. Grant wants to push. 5-on-5, and the ball stolen away, picked off by Newbie. Grant's chasing him down. Lefty layup is blocked out of there by Dallin Grant, and it will go out of bounds. That was an impressive block shot there, Rustin.
Yeah, and for Dallin Grant, he needed that as we get it here on our CEC TV. Just that ball never had a chance. Grant elevated, had that right hand above the rim, and swatted it out of bounds.
I think that's one of those situations a pump fake might have helped.
Yeah, a little bit.
So Desert Hills ball still. Chase can't get a shot away. Goes to Judkins, back to Chase as they're looking at the 2-3 zone. They swing it around the horn to Sampson. Looking for a cutter, nothing there. Now back up top, Chase. Chase has a 3. It's perfect. Long bomb by Mason Chase.
Shaking his head on the way back down the court. He knew exactly when that ball touched his hands, that was going up. Solid look for Mason Chase.
He's got 10 in the second half, 16 in the game. Desert Hills leads by 3. They go in the low block to Santana. Backs his man down, up and under move. Too much spin, knocked out of bounds off of D. Hills. And we'll see Munson come right back because they need his presence in the middle.
Sampson and Marchand checking out of the game in favor of Munson and Peyton Holmes. Solid minutes off the bench for those two. It may not show up in the stat sheet, but Marchand set a couple solid picks there, and Sampson always a terrific defender.
Inside to Grant. Grant, little turnaround in the lane is good, and it's a 1-point game.
Did not travel that time. Solid, powerful, strong move from Dallin Grant.
He's got 18 now.
A quiet 18.
Newbie, he'll launch a 3. That's short. Rebound. Munson had it, couldn't hold it. Tipped around. Chase gets it back, hands it to Munson. Munson can't hold it, but that's because he was smacked on the arm.
I think that's Santana, his 4th.
You're right.
And I mean, it's tough. It's your 4th foul, but you can see right here, you either foul him right there or Munson goes up and puts that down with 2 hands.
Yep. So 1-point Thunder lead. Santana will check out of the game. Savage is back in. Ball comes in to Munson, to Holmes. Holmes has it tipped, gets it back. Looking for a little help. Now gets it out high, and Mason Chase has it. Chase a little between the legs dribble. Drives to the hole, scoop shot no good, and a foul on Barney. Just too quick. Chase is too quick for Barney. That was obvious on that one.
When it comes to the Reds and their defenders, Landon Barney is top class for them. But right there, Chase with the quickness, like you mentioned, AG, got Barney a little off balance and had really no choice but to commit the foul.
Second foul on Barney, and Mason Chase can give his team a 3-point lead. It's a shooting foul. First one is good. Chase is now 3 for 3 from the line. In the second half, he has 11 of his 17 points.
And what the Thunder have done so far that's different than the other close games they've been in, and if you're a Desert Hills fan, you hope continues, they've continued to move the basketball. That ball's still whipping around as the second goes down for Mason Chase. It hasn't stopped. There's been no ball stoppage, no isolation ball. This Desert Hills team still moving the basketball.
Those 2 free throws give him 18 points now, and D. Hills back up by 3. 68-65, 5:15 on the clock. Armstrong, he's one guy on the Cedar team that will not launch a 3. He's holding on at the top of the key. He finally gives it off to Trayton Tebbs. Tebbs, crossover, bounce it off his toe, got it back to Savage. Savage drives in, shoots it over Munson and in, and it's a 1-point game.
Yeah, Savage off that bench. He had a long rest after picking up his 4th.
Other end, Munson in the lane. Nice little turnaround from about 8 feet for 2.
Yeah, there was a switch. Barney was on him instead of Armstrong, recognizing the mismatch. Spun, finished with the right hand. Solid move from Munson.
That's 17 for Keegan. And the lead is back to 3, 70-67. We've got our Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert in effect. After the game, head on over to Yogurtland. You get 5 ounces of free yogurt courtesy of Holbrook Asphalt. Another bad pass. And they try to save it from backcourt, and it goes out of bounds. So Tebbs isn't perfect. He's the guy that tried to save that and threw it out of bounds.
Since the 4th quarter started, that's happened 3 different times for the Cedar Reds, where Desert Hills defense has been aggressive enough that they've thrown the ball into the backcourt. 3 violations in this 4th quarter.
Big possession here. Desert Hills could make it a 2-score lead if they can get a bucket or even a free throw. Chase holds on. Savage comes out to get him. To Judkins, drives in the lane. They had Munson on the baseline. They go back to Chase, and he buries a deep ball. A Team D auto 3 for Mason Chase.
Not the guy you want to leave open. Desert Hills getting into the paint there, allowing them to kick out to the lethal sharpshooter.
Hard drive and a nice scoop shot by Ted. Man, that kid is unconscious.
Keeping Cedar afloat right now. 3 minutes, 40 seconds remain as the Thunder are up by 4.
He's got 23 in the game. He averages 9.
Big night for him.
Thunder with the ball, 73-69. Hard drive Chase. He elevates, shot good, but no, taken away. Offensive foul on Mason Chase.
And guess who took it right there? That's Savage, number 3 for this Cedar squad. He has 4 fouls right there. You either step over and you have confidence you can draw that foul, or you commit your 5th and you're out of the ball game when your team needs you. Big moment from Savage.
First foul of the game on Chase. But Cedar now with a chance to cut it down to 2 or 1. Baseline drive. Savage has it blocked out of there by Munson, and then he traveled with the ball.
I think they got a foul first.
Oh, boy. Looked like he took little baby steps there. Scared of Munson, and I don't blame him. He's a shot blocker, but they do call a foul on the Thunder. That's 16 fouls, so it'll be side out for Cedar. 73-69. Cedar trying to get it in. They bring it into Tebbs. Judkins is on him. Tebbs hands it off to Grant. Chase on him. Doing a little 2-man weave right now. Ball tipped by Judkins. Nearly got a steal. Back to Tebbs. Tebbs behind the back dribble. Hands it off to Santana. He's back in there with 4 fouls. He drives hard in the lane, and yeah, he got fouled.
Yeah, that's going to be on Newby.
Yeah, he got him from the backside and the front side. That was a simultaneous double foul on Newby.
And it's so tough when you're guarding a guy like Zab Santana. He's off the Cedar bench, right? He's not someone that you think might be in the ball game at this moment, but he's been playing so well offensively, and he has the confidence. I don't think he sees a shot that he doesn't like. Right there, puts his head down.
And by the way, that's 4 now on Newby. He stays in the game. In fact, he's on the block down there. And he watches as Santana nails the first free throw and makes it a 3-point game. Zab with 6.5, 15 in the game. 23 for Tebbs, 3, 5, 7, 9, 18 for Grant. These guys have stepped up on the road here.
Yeah, and Santana, as he hits his second, this is a guy who averages 4 points per game. You talk about Tebbs having a big night, Santana having a big night.
18 points now for Zab, Z-A-B. 73-71, Thunder as Holmes will walk it across. Now they go high post to Chase. Chase looking for a cutter, gives it to Newby. Back to Holmes. Holmes drives baseline. Long drive, scoop shot, no good, and out of bounds. It's going to be off of Munson. He was boxed out. He could just get a finger on it, and Cedar now with a chance to tie or take the lead with 2:38 on the clock.
Yeah, tough luck right there, but I do like the attack that Peyton Holmes shown. And late in close games, Desert Hills has a tendency to fire up tough shots. Peyton Holmes puts his shoulder down, gets to the rim as we got a turnover.
Yeah, Savage. I don't know. I guess Tebbs zigged, and he was supposed to zag. Savage threw it out of bounds. Nearly hit a cheerleader. So Desert Hills ball, 2:35 left. They need to keep scoring. 73 is not going to win this game. Now we got an official's timeout. See over here where the floor was damaged, where they had some issues. Had some water issues. And I guess they've got him fixed for the most part. Now Desert Hills on the O. On the angle left is Mason Chase. Looks in for Munson. Munson doesn't want it. Gives it up to Holmes. Around the horn they go to Newby. Newby playing with 4 fouls. Up top to Chase. Chase peels right to left. Looks inside. Got Munson all alone. Munson lefty layup is good. It's a 4-point game.
And that's the eyes of Mason Chase. He's looking one way. It draws Armstrong up to another guy, leaving Munson all alone. These guards are so shifty for Desert Hills.
75-71. Grant crosses over on Chase. He stays with him. Launching a 3 at the other end. That's no good. Rebound goes to the floor, and Newby comes away with it. They've got Munson down court. Nobody saw him. Now Munson in the lane. Missed the shot. Tipped it up. No good. Tipped out of bounds off of Cedar. Well, Munson couldn't get a shot to go. They saw him too late, or it would have been a dunk. But as it is, at least it'll be Desert Hills ball with a 4-point lead and 1:42 on the clock.
And this game has been so high-paced, so fast, and so quick that you're surprised that Cedar took that long to get back, leaving Munson all alone.
They get the ball inbound. Desert Hills actually at this point, 75 might win this game. They just need to use some clock. Holmes gets it outside to Chase, and they're going to sit on the ball. 90 seconds left. Santana goes out. He's got 4 fouls. He can't foul. Now to Chase on the baseline. They get it inside. Finger roll is up. Good by Judkins and a foul. And that just might do it.
Justin Judkins right here with the possible final nail in the coffin. A strong move draws the foul on Dallin Grant. And you love it because this is a guy who, when there's Chase, when there's Munson, other scorers, he's not always called upon, but he's always big in moments like this.
Full timeout. We'll take the 1-minute break. It's a 6-point lead now for the Thunder on our one-loss scoreboard at 77-71. Back in a minute.
Hey, Kevin, you thinking about retirement?
I'd love to, but I'm pretty busy with all this.
Yeah. Hey, let's meet our retirement coach, Avo. A is for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
And you dance?
Sort of. Come on. O is for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Nice.
Testing. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy.
And thank you to Intermountain Sports Medicine. They provide the trainers and support for all our local high schools tonight at Desert Hills. The trainer used to be Sean Norton, but he is gone now. Now it's Mark Harris. Free throw by Judkins. Boy, nice little roll for the coach's son, and he got it to go. He's now got 7 points in the game. Hard push by Cedar. Ball tipped out of bounds. It's 78-71, Rustin, with 1:19 on the clock. Cedar needs to worry, not panic here.
Well,
2 points is okay at this point.
And if you're the Reds, the question is, who do you go to, right? Dallin Grant's normally always your guy, but Tebbs has had the hot hand. I just say go for the best look.
Tebbs gives it off. Now they go in the corner of Santana. Santana traveled, got away with it. Tried a little fade away. That's no good. Rebound to Chase, and with 70 seconds to go, Desert Hills can take their time. Holmes to Chase. Back to Holmes. Cedar chases the guys around. Looked like they fouled. Ball nearly stolen away, and they call a foul on, I believe, Savage.
Should be his 5th.
Well, he knows it, too. He's already walking off the floor. 5 fouls on Gage Savage. He fouls out with 4 points with 57 seconds to go. And it'll be 1-1 free throws for Judkins. And the first one in and out, no good, so he won't get a second one. And Cedar with a chance still, down 7 with under a minute to go. Hard drive, shot up, and a hard foul by Judkins. Probably mad that he missed the free throw, huh?
Yeah, it's Ty Harrison right there. And I like the recognition. Like you said a couple seconds ago, you don't need a 3 right now. And so Harrison puts his shoulder down, attacks the basket, draws the foul. He's already scored once tonight. This is a kid who averages under 2 points per game. Just a sophomore, but he knocks down the free throw in a clutch moment, 78-72.
3 fouls on Judkins, but, you don't need a 3 right this second, but you probably will need one eventually.
Yes, probably next possession, assuming Cedar gets another possession.
Second free throw, no good. That's a big one because that leaves it a 78-72 game. Desert Hills brings it. It's still in the backcourt, actually. Chase brings it across on a crossover. Drives all the way in, leaves it to Munson. Munson wanted to dunk it. No foul called. Now a late foul.
Very late foul.
Grant doesn't like the call. I think it was a foul. Maybe we can see on replay.
Yeah, let's check it out right here. Compliments of CEC TV.
Oh, got him right on the elbow. Pretty
arm.
obvious call, yeah. I know Grant didn't like it. He did get high, but it doesn't matter how high you get. If you hit the guy in the elbow, it's a foul.
And I think the bellowing from the Cedar bench came from the lateness of the whistle, not the foul necessarily.
So 1-1. No, it was a shooting foul. So 2 shots for Munson, and he misses the opener. 1 more to come. This is a big one. This will make it a 3-possession game if he can get the second one to fall. Munson, by the way, with 19, so he can get up to 20 with this one. And he got it.
And now Munson will check out for Mortensen.
Yeah, they get the speedsters on the floor. 37 seconds left. It's a 7-point lead. Desert Hills on the verge of getting to 80. Now push into the forecourt. Harrison to Santana. He'll drive baseline, stop and lay it in with 30 seconds to go. It's a 5-point game. That was a little too easy maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Desert Hills was kind of expecting Cedar to pull up from beyond the arc, and instead Santana got to the hoop.
Let's take a 30-second timeout. 29 seconds left in the game. Thunder lead by 5, trying to win a home region game. We'll be right back.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
You know, at the 4-minute mark in this game, Cedar had a 1-point lead. Desert Hills has outscored them by 6 since then. I think it was 66-65, so what is that, 14-8. They've outscored them. And the Thunder have the basketball. Holmes has got it. No foul called, and now they do call a foul. Tebbs actually tried to foul him, and that would have been it for him. But instead, actually, the ref let it go, and it'll be Harrison that gets the personal.
Right now, if you're the Cedar Reds, you're kind of just in fingers crossed mode, right? All you can continue to do is hope they miss free throws.
And it's double bonus now, so 2 free throws as Holmes hits the first one.
Solid free throw shooter right there. It's tough. When you look at this Desert Hills backcourt, you're not really sure who to foul. Holmes can hit free throws, Chase can hit free throws, and even Judkins as well as Reggie Newby, a fantastic free throw shooter.
And Holmes can't get the second one to roll in. He's got 16 in the game. It's 80-74. Drive and kick and offensive foul. Santana got the 3 off, but Harrison on the pass out to Santana. Ran over, I believe, was it Newby?
No, it was actually Jace Mortensen.
Oh, Mortensen, okay.
And that's why they bring him in on the floor in those situations. Munson, a shot blocker, normally goes up and contests. Mortensen instead plants his feet, draws a big charge.
20 seconds left. Desert Hills trying to play this one out. They've got the lead, but the ball is stolen away. And losing it out of bounds is Barney. Got the steal, but as he landed, he lost the handle. And that's a break for Desert Hills with 18 seconds left. Well, it's still there in a 3, and we got us a game again. But he could not hold it. Now Desert Hills will try to get it in. Newby. Now Chase has got it, and Chase is bumped from behind by Barney. Not the big purple dinosaur, but rather the Cedar forward. That's an old television reference. Did you watch Barney when you were a little kid?
I know who Barney is.
All right.
He's a friend to you and me.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
He taught my kids how to have manners. I know that.
He tried to teach me.
Yeah.
It's still a work in progress as Chase misses the front end of those free throws. He's actually, after I hype up his ability to shoot free throws, he's 1 for 3 in those last attempts. But he gets that one to go, 2 of 4. And an 81-74 lead in favor of Desert Hills.
30-second timeout. We'll keep it here as I try to catch you some scores. Snow Canyon looks like they're going to get it done. They've got a 12-point lead late third quarter on Pineview. kind of a shocker there. Pineview been flirting with fire a little bit, though. You know, they barely gotten a couple of wins.
The Panthers are one of those teams where it's tough. You know, it's that mentality of live by the 3, die by the 3, and of course we don't have those statistics in front of us, but
they're on the road and usually don't shoot as well on the road.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Last we heard, Dixie was up pretty big on Canyon View. Not a surprise there. And Hurricane was up. No, Hurricane was on Canyon View. Dixie was up on
Crimson
Cliffs, yeah. Cedar will bring it in the forecourt. 13 seconds to go. Grant with a step back 3. That's no good. Rebound to Judkins. He's everywhere. They get it across. They've got a forecourt. Mortensen wide open. He'll lay it in with 4 seconds to go, and it'll look like a blowout, but it was not one. Long 3 by Tebbs at the buzzer is no good, and that's a final 83-74, kind of an anticlimactic ending to what was actually a really good game.
Yeah, the Thunder really pulling ahead late, and it all started with Justin Judkins getting into the paint, receiving a fantastic pass, and finishing with an and-one opportunity. That was the changing point in this entire ballgame.
Desert Hills wins it by a final of 83-74. They score 18 in the first, 25 in the second. Then they get 18 in the third and another 22 points in the fourth quarter. That's some scoring some points here. We'll have some awards. We're going to take a break. We'll have our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show, and we'll have a player of the game. It's going to be hard because there were a lot of good performances in this contest. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. Back with post-game after this.
There is a place where looking out means looking in, where an impression lasting only a few seconds will be imprinted on a life forever, where courage is forged and innocence rediscovered, where remembering is rewarding and forgetting unforgettable. There is a place where truth is felt and where seeing is believing. There is a place.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. I need a one dance. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere, and just growing up the way I grew up, and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life.
Maybe 53-44 or 63-54 or something, but we got 83-74 in this contest. It's a Johnson Pediatric postgame show as Desert Hills beats Cedar City. I know you have a couple of other scores, Rustin. Let's go over our Hearst Hardware scoreboard with the up-to-date scores right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, the Snow Canyon Warriors taking on the Pineview Panthers. It's 37-28 in the third quarter. And then, of course, like you mentioned, Snow Canyon leading that game. Hurricane is on top of Canyon View, 46-36. And Dixie is currently taking care of Crimson Cliffs, 47-34. Those are courtesy of Martin back there in the studio for us. Appreciate him updating us with some of those scores. And, of course, the final tonight, 83-74, and this is Desert Hill's highest scoring game of the year. we talk about it kind of being out of the ordinary, but Desert Hills has not put up this many points yet. Cedar, their highest is 79 and a loss to Lehigh, but they're also up there for their season average as well.
Just adding up the three-pointers in this game, way more than we thought there would be. Again, Cedar only had 30 all year in 10 games, so 3 a game. They had 9 in this contest.
Wow.
3 times their three-pointers scoring average.
And 6 of those were all courtesy of Trayton Tebbs?
Yeah, 5 by Tebbs. He ended up leading all scorers with 23 points.
Big night for him. And Dallin Grant played fantastic as well. He had 18 points, I believe, down the stretch. Dallin Grant did. But, I mean, Tebbs played out of his mind. It was a great night for the Cedar forward, the Cedar guard, whatever spot really he's in. He does it from both ways. But he was not only hitting down the 3 ball with 5 triples, but he also had the ability and confidence to really get inside the paint. He was driving, putting his shoulder down, and anytime Trayton Tebbs got into the painted area, it allowed the Cedar offense to really open up, because if he wasn't finishing, he was kicking to someone who had the ability to knock down the open shot. Solid night for him.
We appreciate Intercap Lending, also Sand Hollow Resort, some of our great sponsors. Postgame here is brought to you by Dr. Cody Johnson and his staff at Johnson Pediatrics. They make your kids feel right at home. See why so many are choosing Johnson Pediatrics. Call 628-0511 and ask for the new patient special. Again, 83-74 our final score. Desert Hills gets the win, their second region win. Unlike their other region wins where they grinded out and got a low-scoring win, this one, it was a different kind of game right from the beginning. Trayton Tebbs really set the tone, hitting some deep balls, but Desert Hills didn't back down. They did the same thing. In fact, Desert Hills ended up with 11 three-pointers in this game, and they've got 65 on the year, so they average about 6 a game, and they had 11 in this one.
Yeah, and the Thunder players, the Thunder fans, they don't need to be reminded. They've lost a lot of these 50-50 ball games. Of course, 5 of the 7 losses they've led in the second half, and what they did differently tonight that was the most impressive, at least in my eyes, AG, is they continued to move the basketball around. Sometimes when you get down, you tend to rely on one guy. Mason Chase tries to take over, Peyton Holmes tries to take over, whatever it might be. Tonight, it didn't matter. It was Judkins, it was Chase, it was Holmes, it was Munson, it was whoever they needed it to be. They kept that ball moving around, and it ended up being the biggest difference maker.
Yeah, good call on that one, absolutely. Hey, he brought me the thumb drive. Thanks, man. James Farnsworth. We streamed the slide. Now we got some highlights. I can take it to work tomorrow and we can put it up on the website. But, final 83-74. Let's go over the scoring. Our Wilkinson stats as a leading scorer in the game. Trayton Tebbs with 23 points. He made 5 three-pointers this game. How many does he have on the year, Rustin, before today?
5.
5 on the year. He had 5 in one game.
That's crazy.
He must have had one heck of a Christmas. I don't know what he got. Maybe one of those ball return things where you shoot a 3 and it kicks the ball right back to you. Maybe all he did was shoot 3s over the Christmas break.
It worked. They were all great looks.
It worked. 18 points each for Zab Santana and Dallin Grant. Grant had a couple of 3s. So did Santana. They both hit well from the free throw line. Again, 18 points each for those 2 guys. That was your 3 big scorers for Cedar. Nobody else more than 4. Gates Savage with 4, 3 for Ty Harrison, 4 for Landon Barney. Let's see, and 4 points also for big Luke Armstrong in the contest. Cedar made 9 threes, hit 7 out of 10 from the free throw line. Really not bad. On the other side, leading scorer was Mason Chase with 22 points, but right behind him, Keegan Munson with 20 and 16 for Peyton Holmes. Then you throw in, 6 from Mortensen, 5 from Judkins, 5 from Reggie Newby, and 3 points from Braden Sampson. He had a big three-pointer in the first half. And Desert Hills ends up with a season-high 83 points in the victory. Desert Hills made 11 three-pointers. They were 14 of 19 from the free throw line. Let's talk awards now here in the postgame, Rustin. Who do you like? I think player of the game, I'm leaning toward Mason Chase, but boy, Munson had probably his best game maybe of his career, at least of the season.
Yeah, Munson was massive down the stretch. And well, the thing I love about Keegan is it's not just the fact he put up 20 points and had a 3 here and an offensive rebound here. It was that he was doing all the little things that don't show up in the box score. He was affecting shots at the rim. He was getting blocks, obviously something that does show up on the stat sheet, but he was just a high hustle, high energy type of guy tonight. And normally we peg that on the guys who don't score, right? They're the difference makers in other areas. He was that guy and a lethal threat on the offensive end tonight, and that's that's especially impressive.
So let's do this. Let's hand out first of all, our Dad's Trucking Player of the Game. Let's give it to Keegan Munson. Even though Chase had a couple of more points, I feel like Munson was really a difference maker in this game with his, like you said, altering shots, blocking shots, just being a presence inside, and then, as you mentioned, the hustle and the points, the 20 points in the game. So our Dad's Trucking Player of the Game is Keegan Munson. Munson, again, our POG brought to you by Dad's, your quality service carrier, running strong since 1988. And fuel up and grab a snack at Ernie's 2 Sinclair Station at the top of the boulevard, delivering you our Dad's Trucking Player of the Game all season long. Let's talk about play of the game. I'm thinking a Mason Chase three-pointer is high on my list. What do you think?
Oh, I absolutely agree with you. I mean, I kind of look at the Judkins Am one.
Yeah, that was a big one too.
Really, that was the difference maker because of that Mason Chase three before that, which makes it all the more right, I'd say, to take Mason Chase and that three ball he hit, because he came around that corner. As soon as that ball touched his hands, he knew it was going up. He had the confidence to pull up. It extended that lead, and then Judkins with the final nail in the coffin. I'd agree with you. It's that Mason Chase three.
Chase hit 3 threes in the game, 2 of those in the fourth quarter, and he ends up with 22 points. He is our AWP playmaker with that big three-point shot. Again, we appreciate the boys at AWP, the number one playmakers in the appliance business. They sell GE and Samsung appliances. They're located across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart. Save money at AWP. And again, our play of the game, Mason Chase with a huge three late in the fourth quarter to help put this thing away. One more we need to talk about. We just got hung up on. Don't know why you hung up on us.
Martin.
Greg Devon tried.
Must have clocked.
It's 83-74, your final score here, the Johnson Pediatric post-game show. Again, our Dad's Trucking Player of the Game, Keegan Munson, with his 20 points and his huge defensive presence. Our AWP Playmaker play of the game was made by Mason Chase with a huge three-pointer in the fourth quarter. And, yeah, we want to talk about Holbrook Asphalt. You know, we thought honestly, I thought about leading the broadcast with, well, we're probably not going to give away any yogurt tonight. I was wrong. I was way wrong, like 30 points wrong almost.
And it just really goes to show the fact that Desert Hills put up a season high and Cedar put up a secondary season high. I mean, it's uncharacteristic of either of these teams to score, and tonight both were firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, a bunch of guys in double figures. Again, Chase with 22, Munson with 20, 16 for Holmes. On Cedar's side, 23 for Tebbs, 18 each for Santana and Grant. And that's going to about wrap it from here. Go to Holbrook Asphalt. Get that Big Score dessert. It's 5 ounces of free yogurt right now. Just tell them you want the Big Score dessert. First 5 ounces are free. If you're a pig like me, and I am, you're going to get like 12 ounces, and you'll have to pay for the other 7. But that's okay. That's all right.
And you know what I did the other day, actually? Because normally I just get all chocolate everything. I actually went to Yogurtland and tried the healthy edition, right, with like fruits in it and whatnot. It was just as good.
Pretty good, huh?
Absolutely.
Nice. I like those silly little animal cracker cookie things.
Oh, yeah.
Those are so good. Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
Anyway, we got to wrap it from here. Again, Iran has struck back at U.S. with a missile attack on the airbase. So far, no injuries for the U.S., but we are going to cover it wall to wall here on News Radio 94.9, 890 KDXU. We don't have any finals from any of the other games. We actually tracked way ahead of those games. But, yeah, we will get that taken care of. You do have one final?
Yeah, it looks like Hurricane put away Canyon View 57-47.
All right, congratulations to the Tigers. They go to 2-1 in region play. That'll wrap it from here. For Russ and Burnside, I'm Andy Griffin, wishing you a good night from the Thunderdome.